a mural-sized canvas. I've got this paint here from the garage. It's extra paint from the studio. I've got this space here, but I've also got this canvas. So let's make a big painting. So welcome to Tombstone. My name is Mason and I'm an artist. I was inspired by a video. It's this video right here of Slew painting his lady on a canvas, I think like 6 years ago. I thought the process and concept of putting a mural on the canvas was cool. And realizing, you know, I'm not gonna be able to take these murals with me in the future. And if I ever have a gallery show, I can't bring them with me. If I ever move studio spaces, anything, yeah, this is just for longevity's sake, I guess. And to practice big painting. Okay, tape measure. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Okay, so I think it's gonna be 5 foot by 7 foot. This will be the biggest canvas I've ever painted. Let's put this on the wall, then I'll show you the design we're working with. Probably gonna need a level. I'll level it in a second. Nasty. Okay, let's do some gesso first. This gesso, not sponsored. Okay, I'll stop. Here we go. Bet you didn't see that coming. Yeah, I didn't either. In case you didn't know, gesso, it's just a primer. Hold your paint to the canvas so that it lasts longer. I just wanted to see the image projected on here to visualize it. I've had this design for the last couple years now, and I've been sitting on it, waiting for the opportunity to do something with it. I think I was gonna paint it over the Tombstone lady with the horns, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm just gonna save it until something happens. And yeah, the gesso is still drying. I think I'm just gonna let it dry overnight. So let's go to tomorrow. Just a random pack of horses. I don't know what's going on. That's wild. It's like 2 in the morning. I have this light tone, medium tone, and then my darkest tone. I think this is gonna be the main color of the background. That was a lot. I'm gonna use my trusty red brush, but this thingy keeps wanting to fall off, so I'm gonna duct tape it really quick. There you go. That should keep it on. Okay, while this dries, let's look at our design some more. I want to finish some things up, make sure that it just looks the best that it can before I project it onto here. I might also do a second coat. I'm not going to film that though. It's just very redundant. So yeah, I think I've got the design where I want it to be. Now it's time to transfer the image. But as you can see, this isn't the best projector. No matter what, it's not gonna be easy. I know the general area that things are gonna be, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to use a reference. Transfer complete. I think it looks great. Little things here and there that I need to tweak. Things with the face. It's not perfect. It is a guessing game. It is trial and error. You cross that bridge when you come to it. This bridge was a little rickety, but it was good. And I'm just happy seeing it start to come to life instead of just living in my iPad. Little wins. So let's move on. Okay, so in this design, it has 4 colors. I only have 3 right now. There needs to be a color right here. And the thing is, the colors on here aren't necessarily these colors, so it doesn't matter what that is. I know this is the light, this is the medium, this is the dark. We have to mix the two. Mid-tone as a base, add a little bit of the dark until we find a color that's, I guess, suitable. Cool. Color palette, my house paints. Pretty pleased with that. Finally, the prep is done. Let's paint. Okay, so what we've done is a little bit of color blocking, just putting shapes in, building the form. This painting's actually gonna be pretty simple because of the limited color palette, the limited shapes. The biggest issue that I was facing was the face. Trying to figure that out. I think I got it figured out. I started outlining things and I thought the outline was gonna be the last thing I was gonna do, but I noticed as you build the shapes, you kind of make basic shapes and then you start articulating the shapes and fine-tuning them. But having an outline, having a border really helps with the understanding of your shapes and also the suggestion of other shapes. I guess other than the face, the guns, of course, are gonna be a challenge. And with only using 4 colors, there's 4 flipping gun rotations. Just trying to figure out what color is gonna be what, if the bottom one is just gonna be outlined. If it's just gonna be outlined, is it gonna be outlined in the lightest color or tone? As we go up, it gets more detailed. Those are kind of my thoughts with the guns. It's just very simple. This is a very simple drawing, well, painting. The drawing was quite complex for me to understand and to build. So I was thinking of adding that color that we mixed into the eyes just to give it a little bit of something else. I was gonna wait until the very end to add the white and the details in the face. This moved along so quickly that I just went for it. And then I started adding like the buttons, I guess, just little details here and there. There's still more details to come, but I'm just going with the flow. Okay, so I'm having trouble with the hands, but I think I found what we're gonna do. And I painted the bottom ones white. In my head, I was like, I want the hands to look animated as it goes from lighter to darker. So I thought white at the bottom would be the lightest. But since the background is this mid-tone, I think this looks more light and almost invisible than this. So I was thinking this glove needs to be white, this glove needs to be the background color. Hopefully that makes sense. I've been looking at it for a while and trying to figure it out. Like I said, I want to make it look animated, like she's flipping her pistols up rather than having, I don't know, 8 arms. Like a spider lady. Definitely think that looks better. There's still a lot of cleaning up to do, and then we'll do the lettering. So I think we're on our way. So I wanted to show you the original version to share what it was from beginning, middle to the end. So this is version number 1. I was gonna do this pinup tattoo girl, but I thought it was way too close to the reference, as you can see here, than I wanted. And I wanted to make my own pinup cowgirl. I thought this one was cool, of course. It was a little too like, oh, look at me, I have a gun and I could totally shoot you. It didn't seem as good as I could make it. So it was cool, but at the same time, I knew I could do better. I wanted to figure out the figure a little bit more. Oh, and I guess before I put that away, I really did like the arm and the gun. I actually kept that in the final version. You can tell the bottom outline gun, it's the same arm. Out of this whole thing, this stayed the same. And sorry, I'm a little shaky. I had some coffee. So halfway through the drawing, I ended up with this version. And this is the one that I thought was gonna be it. This is the one I'm gonna cover up my mural with because it had tombstone in the arch as well. Art and Tattoo Studio. I was like, yeah, this is the next version of tombstone. I thought about it more and more, and I just couldn't figure out how to make the sketch look as good in a painting. So I guess I stopped because I didn't know how to progress this. I didn't know what the next step was, so I just walked away. It was kind of unfortunate. I felt like this was like the coolest drawing I've done for a long time, you know? This badass chick with 8 arms, but she's just flipping her pistols up, ready to defend herself, which brings us to version 3. Okay, so up close and personal, see if I can articulate my thoughts. I was doing the lining on this painting, trying to get everything nice and solid, color block to saturate, just to make everything look super nice. And I started to realize that I've been rushing. I'm rushing to the end to get done with this painting so I can move on. I wanted to get the final shots today, and I felt like something was telling me that I need to slow down. I need to be in it, be more present. And so I started like playing around. In my head, I was also thinking like, what if time was limitless? What if I'm not making a painting that I've planned, but I'm here just making a painting as an artist who has made a lot of paintings? What if this was the last painting I ever did? I started slowing down. I started making different strokes that weren't in my drawing, that weren't in my Procreate rendering. I started to find fun things again. It was like I let go of what I was supposed to do and just was. I was just being. I was allowing myself to be an artist, was allowing myself to be me, or just not even be anybody. I was just being, and I was just painting. It was like I was holding myself back, trying to make it look like this, make it look like this. I started to realize that it isn't either one of those. It's its own version. So why don't I make the best version I possibly can? Why don't I unblock myself? And then, so this is a long-winded thought, but it made me think of a man can't cross the same river twice, because the man is different, and the river's different, and the rocks are different, and the surroundings, everything's different. So we're gonna be different. Each time we paint, we're a different artist. Each time we draw, we're a different artist. And I thought it was kind of crazy, because it's like, you've made it this far. You're the best version of you because you've made it through all your experiences, and you're still here, and you're still doing stuff like this. That's cool. Why don't you allow yourself to do what you know what to do, instead of holding yourself to, I can only do this and that. It was just a thought. This painting will be finished soon. We're at the end of the video. Hopefully that helps. I just want to figure these things out and share them. It's on its way. Is it the best version so far? I think so. I'm excited. Yeah, okay, I'm done talking. Okay, a mural-sized canvas, complete. The biggest painting I've ever done on a canvas. I think this was just an opportunity for me to paint something big and add to the body of artwork that I'm trying to create. Seeing my art next to each other is just giving me more momentum to keep going. And if you're an artist, I hope you can see that momentum and progress as well, and that it gives you the ability to move forward and progress and be better and do cool work that inspires you to continue on. I'd say this was a success. If I'm critiquing myself, the most successful and the least successful parts of this, the most successful I would say is I'm glad I added the shading I was afraid to do that because I just wanted it to be very blocky, but I think that adds a different level to it. I think that's cool. And I also like the composition personally. I think it's balanced really well because it almost seems top heavy, but then giving her a little bit more of baggy bell-bottom pants, I think helped a lot. The thing that I found least successful were the hands and the guns. A little difficult, I didn't know what to do, switching from all the colors going up. I'm on the right track. I don't know if I got there though. I'm just happy it's done and I can move on. Yeah, it was a good art adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the art and like this video, please press like. That would be really helpful. If you want to consider subscribing to see more art and go on some adventures with me, awesome.
Yeah, so be like, yo, this ain't me, I'm working on myself.
Yeah. Let me know down in the comments what you think, what I could do better, what I did well maybe, or maybe you don't like it. Maybe I won't do something Western this next time. I just wanted to add to the Tombstone vibe and world that I'm creating, making more characters such as my bandit. I think she's kind of like a bounty hunter that goes after outlaws and stuff like that. So if you're an artist, the last thing I would have to say is stick to your guns and reach for the sky. You can do it, and you're doing great. YouTube thinks you're gonna like this next video, or perhaps not. You can watch something else too, but thanks for watching. See you later.